get Shepherd of the Cosmos, get the Marsh Flats, get Necromancy. Yeah, let's get a Sun Titan. Sun Titan, get Marsh Flats. Use the ability. We have ramped. Pretty good turn right there. Today on Commander Replay, we take our first look at Firja, Judge of Valor, Black White Angel Reanimator. Can our angels survive multiple board wipes? Find out next on Commander Replay. Hey guys, next time you purchase cards, if you want to support me and my LGS, be sure to check out mothershipatx.com and use the promo code REPLAY to save 15% on your next order. And if you can't find what you're looking for, you can use the TCG affiliate player link. All links are in the description below. Welcome back, everyone. Kaldheim has released on Magic Online. We are playing some Firja, Judge of Valor today. Take a look at this opening hand. We've got 1, 2, 3 lands. Not a lot of value. Got a board wipe, 2 board wipes. Got Doomscar. Kind of want to test that one out. I'm going to mulligan this. It's no ramp. Into mostly lands. We've got a Reanimator piece, though. Yeah, I guess I'm keeping this. The last one was probably better. Was hoping to catch a piece of ramp. Ooh, we're going last also. So I played one game with this deck earlier today and accidentally destroyed the footage. The orange Commander Replay bar you see at the bottom was accidentally placed in the middle of the screen. Played a fantastic game, was about 2 hours long, went to about turn 12, super grindy, and super sad that I destroyed it, but did learn quite a bit about this commander, and it turns out it's a lot of fun. It's a pretty cool deck, so got to play a few of the new cards in that game. Hopefully we'll see them in this game. But yeah, pretty sad that I destroyed the footage that I filmed with Firja earlier. Brings it to our turn 1. We draw a Teferi's Protection. Let us play. Marsh Flats, get a Godless Shrine. That'll come in tapped, and we'll pass like that. So, Firja, or Firja. I put a post on Twitter the other day about how to pronounce that. If any of you are fluent in Norse, let me know in the comments below how to pronounce this commander. I'm trying to figure out if the J is a J sound or if it's a Y sound, and if you're supposed to roll the R or not. So it could be something like Firja, or Firja. For now, I'll probably just go with Firja, but let me know in the comments below if you know how that commander is supposed to be pronounced. Judge of Valor, 5 mana for a 2/4 flying lifelink. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, look at the top 3 cards of your library, put one of them in your hand, the other in your graveyard. Pretty cool little ability. Someone asked me the question, do I think this commander is good? And I'm like, if you want to play Black White Angel Reanimator, it definitely is. And that's what we're here to do today, is play some Black White Angel Reanimator. So drop that swamp into play, and doesn't look like we have much else happening right now, so we're gonna tap out and pass. In the game I played earlier, I had like Soul Ring into Burnished Heart into Solemn Simulacrum. It was Ramp City. This game, much slower than that one. Nate's got a few things in play. Ashes of the Abhorrent and a Commander Sphere. Let's take a look at this Ashes real quick. Players can't cast spells from graveyards or activate abilities of cards in graveyards. Whenever a creature dies, you gain 1 life. Generally, I don't think we cast anything from the graveyard. I think it's all like Animate Dead type stuff that just brings it out of the graveyard. That's one reason that I don't care for Ashes that much, is that as far as graveyard hate goes, it's not that great. Its best strength is probably gaining you the life when creatures die. That's a thing that's much more likely to happen, where there are some things that get stopped by the can't cast from graveyards, but it doesn't stop nearly as many things as I would prefer. So I tend to think of this card as life gain more than I think of it as graveyard hate. Yorvo coming into play. Yeah, that one can get scary fast. Brings it to our turn 3. There's a swamp. Ooh, the slow hand. The super slow hand. Play this War Room, I guess. Pass like that. With Firja, obviously you can do the Angel Reanimator thing, but there are some really cool lines in this deck, and I hope we get to see them in this game. I got to mess around with them a bit last game. If you want to go non-Angel and just build a Black-White value Reanimator, you can do some really cool stuff with Firja. Iceberg Cantrix. Whenever another snow permanent enters the battlefield under your control, you may have target player mill 2 cards. We got milled somewhere along the way, and we lost 2 lands and a Necromancy. Ha, nice. So, we just drew into this Shepherd of the Cosmos, and oh no, Necromancy's 3 mana. This one only brings back 2. So this gets Animate Dead and Dance of the Dead. Brings them back into play and reanimate stuff, so potentially that could be cool, but that one does not pick up Necromancy. Amaria Shepherd can pick up Necromancy, though, but we still need to set up a bit before all this happens, so it's going to be a second. Opponent going on the attack with this Jorn, God of Winter. We should take a look at what our opponents are playing today, by the way. First up, Vermilion Nintendo, piloting Regna and Krav. Oh, God. It's going to be a black-white grindy battle. These are probably two of the grindiest commanders you'll ever see. Once you get into the late game with them, not a great place to be. Also a pretty good amount of removal in his deck from what I remember. So coming out fast and strong is not necessarily the thing you want to do against this deck. He will probably have a board wipe at some point. Although, our deck is Reanimator. A single board wipe, not too scary for us. In the game I played earlier today, there's a lot of bounce. Bounce is not great for this deck. But straight creature board wipes, not the end of the world. In the middle here, we have Chaotix 2075 piloting Yorn, God of Winter. Whenever Yorn attacks, untap each snow permanent you control, and he's definitely doing a snow thing. And then on the other side, it's Kaldheim the Rhyme Staff. Tap it, you may play target snow permanent card from your graveyard this turn. If you do, it enters tapped. Well, I guess Ashes actually shuts that off. Interesting. It's kind of fun. Anyway, this is going to be a pretty nasty commander, I think. I don't think KO's going full nastiness with it, so we're probably not going to see, like, Stasis or anything like that. But that's certainly a route you can go with this thing. And finally, we've got Epsilon Forte piloting Yorvo, Lord of Garenbrig. Yorvo, a really straightforward green stompy deck that just makes huge creatures. Yorvo gets giant in a hurry. They got themselves a Farhaven Elf for a little bit of ramp. They're going on the attack. It's already a 5/5. Yorvo is quite often the biggest creature on the battlefield, and having the biggest creature on the battlefield has value. It's not the only thing you need to do in a game, but it is certainly a good thing to do in a game. Brings it back to our turn. Another land. Wow, we are flooding. Play the Vault of the Archangel. After our end step, we're just going to draw with the War Room. I think that's all we're doing. Discard a Swamp. Sun Titan for opponent. Yeah, they're already getting to things that I'd like to be doing. It's unfortunate. Sun Titan on a land. Yep, solid choice. We'll activate the War Room. Urza's Incubator, finally, something. Showing up a turn too late would have been nice last turn. Although actually, we can use Shepherd to get a land, potentially. Might take 2 turns for that, but... Opponents got themselves a 3 Seasons, and they're on mode 2. Return up to 2 target snow permanent cards from your graveyard to your hand. They return the Chiller Pillar. Rhyme Transfusion on the Yorn, God of Winter. Gets +2/+1 and has pay a snow. This creature can't be blocked except by snow creatures. Yeah, it seems solid. Gonna turn it into a 5/4 and can make it unblockable. That's something. Can activate the Makokoro. Yeah, we need that. There's an Angelic Arbiter. That's a pretty good one. Opponent goes on the attack. Yorn untaps their stuff. It's pretty good. Reminds me a lot of Derevi. Things that are good with Derevi, probably good with Yorn. Namely, a lot of stacks. All the stacks. Fortunately, I don't think KO's doing that today. Opponent blocks with the Farhaven Elf. Opponent gains a life with the Dawn of Hope. Blizzard Spectre. There's one I haven't seen in a while. I opened a box of Cold Snap back in the day. I've got some of these floating around. Deals combat damage to a player. Choose one. That player returns a permanent they control to their hand, or that player discards a card. There's a Nev Disc. Well, don't really want to play a lot into that. Ugh. Was planning to drop the Urza's Incubator. So here's the thing is, like, if we try to play around it and then it gets shot, we lose so much time. But then the other side is, if we don't play around it and they just end up using it, then we lose whatever we play. Maybe we just play our commander just to have something. There's a Thran Dynamo. Next turn we can get going with the ramp, or whenever the disc gets blown up. Play planes. Let's just cast our commander. That's the safest bet, I think. With the disc on board. Discard Angelic Arbiter. Discard a planes. Sun Titan going on the attack. Gonna get back an Ophiomancer. Yep. Value. Which way is Sun Titan going? Goes into the Yorn. KO blocks with the Iceberg Cantrix. Nate gains a life with the Ashes of the Abhorrent. I guess the life gain matters in that deck. Oh yeah, because you can sacrifice a creature, then gain the life. Yeah, so it makes sense in that deck, but overall as a card, it's not my favorite. But again, I think it's more about the life gain than it is about the graveyard hate, because as a piece of graveyard hate, I'd rather just have a Tormod's Crypt or a Soul Guide Lantern, something like that. Alright, so we got mode 3 on the 3 Seasons. Choose 3 cards in each graveyard. Their owners shuffle those cards into their libraries. Ooh, that's kind of graveyard hate. Oh, there's a Stoneforge Mystic in our graveyard? That's something we could potentially get with the Shepherd. Oh, that's a really cool interaction, actually. Just noticed that. Oh, maybe we could have foretold this. That's something we could have also done. But again, the disc all seems not great. Because if we do that, I don't think there's anything else we could do. Everything else we do just gets eaten by the disc. Maybe we could have drew some cards. Foretell 2. No, we would have been 1 short to do that. Yeah, I guess Firja's still the correct play right here. Nice. Rhymebound Dead. A card I'm also familiar with. At a cold snap. It regenerates. Opponents can activate the Makokoro. Yes, please. That's an Avacyn. What do we get shuffled? We got all of our creatures shuffled. They did leave us the Necromancy, though. That's still something we can use. Yorn can't be blocked this turn. Let's see where it's going. Into the Yorvo. Chiller Pillar coming back. Or I guess it was in the graveyard and has made its way back now. Has monstrosity. If it's monstrous, it becomes flying. Turn into a 5/5. See what happens with the disc right here. There's a lot of value to be stopped in this moment. The question is, are they going to try to get us with it? If they do that, though, then they... Oh, yep, there it goes. Straight into the disc. Find out who's got Teferi's protection and things of the sort. Nate's going to crack. KO's going to regenerate the Rime-bound Dead. Bunch of Ashes trigger. Yeah, there's some life gain. We have a Smothering Tithe in the graveyard. Ooh, if we can pull that out. May actually hold a land drop. I'm hoping we draw a swamp off the top. I don't want to burn our last plains on the Emeria. Or before we cast Emeria. Lifecrafter's Bestiary. Nissa, Voice of Zendikar. That's a good one. Gonna make a plant. So opponent's early game value gone. There's a Signet for us. Ooh, what are we doing this turn? Are we holding the land? No, I'll wait on the land. I mean, we'll find another land at some point. I think it's too risky to do that. Let's get the Thran Dynamo, get the Signet, get the Incubator, and then hope that no one decides to go artifact hunting. Choosing Angel. Pray all that stuff survives back to our turn. Next turn, we'll be able to do some pretty cool things, I think. Oh, you want what we could do? We could go Emeria Shepherd, Shepherd of the Cosmos, get a Plains, and then reanimate the Smothering Tide that way. That's a Dictate of Erebos. Those are nasty. Arcane Signet for opponent. Talisman for opponent. Ooh, Auriok Champion. Auriok Champion, Resplendent Angel. Real cards. Rime Feather Owl. Was there anything worth necromancying from our opponent's graveyards? Sun Titan. Sun Titan is worth necromancying from our opponent's graveyards? Yes. I really hope our stuff holds up. We're going to get some really cool lines of play. There's also an Avenger of Zendikar and a Plane-wide Celebration in opponent's graveyard. Those are pretty good. Plains off the top would be insane. We will go absolutely wild if we get a Plains off the top. Oh, you know what we could do? We could get the Marsh... Yeah, we get the Marsh Flats. And then we get 2 triggers. Okay. Because I really want to get that Smothering Tithe also. Cold Steel Heart for opponent. They're going to make a plant. Auriok Champion gaining some life. Yorvo getting bigger. It's a 5/5. Rime Feather Owl in for KO last turn, and that thing's a 9/9 right now with flying. Put ice counter on target permanent. Permanents with ice counters on them are snow. Interesting card out of Cold Snap. Brings it back to our turn. Let's see what we draw. Come on, land. Come on, plains. Tortured Existence. Ooh, that's interesting. That could allow us to get an Avacyn. Maybe not yet, though. Get Emeria Shepherd. Auriok Champion. Get Shepherd of the Cosmos. Ooh, that's the end of our colored mana. I guess we're going to get more. Shepherd trigger, get the Marsh Flats. Marsh Flats, get Smothering Tithe into hand. Then crack the Marsh Flats. Yeah, now's probably a good time for Mistveil Plains, actually. Get the Mistveil Plains. Get Necromancy. Send that to the battlefield. Necromancy comes in. Yeah, let's get a Sun Titan. Sun Titan, get Marsh Flats. Oh, we could have left the Smothering Tithe in the graveyard for that. Use the ability. We have ramped. Pretty good turn right there. Pass the turn. Now, Dictate of Erebos might just take all that away from us, but still, we got lands into play, and that's a really good place to be. We got 2 lands. Plus, we've got the Smothering Tithe in hand. I think we're going to see some commander action out of Nate, though. Regna into play. Looks like he has exactly enough for Krav also, but the question is, does he want to hold something up? Regna End Step trigger. Leaves some mana up just like I thought he would. He's probably got a trick in his hand. Don't know what it is, but could be a removal spell, could be Teferi's protection, something. KO's going to activate the Makokoro. I'm on board for that. We draw Liesa. Nice. Start burning those life totals. Ooh, Nate's at 54. Got a lot to burn over there. Endless Atlas coming into play. Liesa will want to try to get last after we try to get a bunch of things out of our hand. Draws again with the Endless Atlas. KO trying to get his card draw going. Yeah, this card is a pretty cool pickup. This gives you another way to mess around with Animate Dead and Dance of the Dead. I'm a little iffy on Dance of the Dead. Dance of the Dead is like the worst of the 3 options, but it works with this thing where Necromancy doesn't, so I don't know. Something to think about. Gonna regenerate the Rime-bound Dead. I think that was just a tap out. He's got a 10/10 in the air. What's he want to do with it? Nothing. That's an Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger. I mean, I feel like one of them's got to be Dictate. Curious to see what the other target is. I was talking to people in Discord the other day about how, like, you just don't see Eldrazi as much anymore, but Ulamog's still a very real Magic card. Targets are... Ooh, Resplendent Angel and Dictate. Beautiful. I was doing the math in my head. I'm like, how are we going to deal with that Dictate? But that worked itself out. And now there is an Ulamog entering the battlefield. This has protection from black. We'll want to keep that in mind. Nissa going to put a +1/+1 counter on each creature they control. Yep. Pumping up the team. 6/6 coming our way. Yeah, I guess we're just going to take that. I mean, I guess we could block with Sun Titan and then do a bunch of wild stuff. Yeah, I guess we could have done that. crack the thing, get the Necromancy back, get another land. I think this deck really wants a Sun Titan. Alright, back to our turn. Our stuff has survived. I like this. There's an Ancient Tomb. Hang on to that for a second. Play Firja. Let's start tapping stuff up. Probably going to run out of colored mana pretty quickly. Get Firja. Get Tortured Existence. Maybe we just go for the Smothering Tithe. Get Tortured Existence. I want to see what we mill or dump into our graveyard. Gisela is a card we can reanimate. Whip of Erebos is also a card we can reanimate. Oh yeah, okay. Grab the reanimate. The other two go to the graveyard. Crack this Marsh Flats. Oh no! Nate's gonna exile our Emeria Shepherd. Yeah, I mean, we probably actually have to Teferi's Protect for that. That's kind of a big part of what we're doing. Maybe we can let it go. I mean, it's such a good card in this deck. The deck is kind of built around the card. Maybe we should keep it. If we lose that, then we can still go... What else do we have to reanimate things? We have just to reanimate currently. Ooh, tough call. We don't have any black mana, so we actually can't activate the Tortured Existence. The black mana we need is on the stack. I'm going to let it go. It makes me very sad. Very, very sad. Marsh Flats. Much less exciting now. Probably going to be tough to get the whip out of our graveyard also. That being the case. Get a Swamp. Oh, we could have Ancient Tomb to at least get that back to our hand. Bummer. Play Reanimate. Maybe we hold that Reanimate, actually. It's going to be really tough to attack through Nate. It's actually pretty tough to attack through everyone. Now what? Play the Ancient Tomb. Lace is going to be white, white, black, but that means we can't reanimate. Yeah, maybe that's fine. Can we cast Avacyn? Avacyn is 6. And the land we get back will allow us to... Yeah, let's just cast Avacyn. Why not? Oh, but Liesa is so good against our opponents. Yeah, let's go Avacyn. Do some attacking. Now we can attack into things freely, and that's a pretty good place to be. Let's attack into this Nissa, and we'll send one into Nate. Sun Titan, get back... Let's just get back a Plains, since Emeria Shepherd's gone. Use the ability. Now I have Teferi's Protection mana. Feel pretty good about that. He's just going to block with a 1-1, as expected. Pass like that. Regna trigger. It's like we did nothing. Oh my, that's bad. He's going to draw so many cards. So many cards. There's one. Next turn. Definitely. Oh, we could have got the Smothering Tithe in. We'd be making so much mana. Requiem Angel. Feels like a combo piece. Whenever a non-spirit creature you control dies, create a 1-1 spirit. Oh my god, he's going to draw his deck. At least that used a lot of mana. He's got about 4 mana left. Drawing the cards, making the spirits. We are definitely going to have to use some removal in that direction. Yep, Skull Clamping away. Curious to see who the Yorvo opponent's going to perceive as the threat and where they want to send this Ulamog. I would love to not lose a giant chunk of my library. Ooh, Diabolic Intent. Sure, that's bad. The Tutor. The Tutor might be enough to make them the threat. Nate's the threat in my book, assuming that we aren't the threat. He's got more value. He's got a lot more card draw lined up. Is this any graveyard? Put target creature card from a graveyard. What's in everyone else's graveyards? Ophiomancer, not too exciting to us. Still an Avenger of Zendikar kicking over there. Chaos creature is not terribly interesting to us, so Avenger of Zendikar is the winner, or our Gisela. It's probably where we're looking. Okay, we're going to activate the Makokoro. We need cards. There's a Swamp. Didn't really need a Swamp. You can draw with the Endless Atlas. He's going to put an ice counter on the Makokoro. Yep. Regenerate the Rime-Bound Dead. 1-1 over to Nate. They block. They get another 1-1 flyer. Eek. Flyers are not great. That Requiem Angel. Real problem for us. Haven't decided if it's worth a swords yet. I think the Yorvo played an All Is Dust in the last game we played with them, so would love to see one right here. We just phase out, and all this stuff will get cleaned up. We'll be in the driver's seat. So one of the big things, too, is I've played a lot of the color combinations of Angel decks, and I really do like red-white the best, beside the fact that I just like playing Boros. When you play red-white Angels, the thing that's really nice is that when you have like 2 Angels and Aurelia or Gisela in your command zone, that's usually enough to take someone out of the game. Where when you play the other colors of Angels, you really need to have like 4 or 5 Angels in play. And it's just hard to do that. That's a pretty big board state. When you have a board state like that, people want to tear it down. They want to blow it up. So you have to sustain these really big board states when you're playing non-Boros Angels, because it really takes a lot to really have enough damage to take people out of the game. And especially with Nate being at 69, like, this is a situation where you want Aurelia because you can chew through that 69 pretty quickly. But without it, we're going to have to find some other ways to get creative. This deck isn't fully optimized yet. I'm running a lot of cards that are purely because they're new. that I wouldn't necessarily run in the finalized version of the deck. So just a lot of things I wanted to test out, so I'm not running all the stuff that I normally would be. But something like an Hour of Revelation would help a lot if we could just go Hour of Rev to Fairy's Protection and clear out the board that way. That would help a lot, but, you know, wanted to make room for the new stuff, so see some of the new stuff where we can. Hopefully we run into it very soon. I think Shepherd of the Cosmos and our Commander is about the only new cards we've really seen. Liesa is somewhat new, but not Kaldheim new. Anyway, Galta coming into play is going to pump up this Yorvo. Big green stompy deck, looking pretty stompy. Big and trample is what you want to get through all these tokens. Wolfear Silverheart, something going to get even bigger. A card that I really like, but don't get to use that often. Really good in the Galta deck. It's going to Soul Bond. It's going to Soul Bond it with. Soul Bonds it with Galta, yeah. Valuing the trample in this moment. No haste on that, though. But based on the way this game's been going, well, Nate's been drawing a lot of cards, so. But he's ahead on board state. I don't know that he would play a board wipe into what's going on. No attacks with the Ulamog. You gotta send that somewhere. Like, it doesn't even matter if it's us. You have that damage. It's indestructible. You gotta send that somewhere and start eating someone's library. Because everything can change in a turn in a game of Commander when you have 3 opponents like that. And when you have damage, you have to get it in. And even though, like, it's probably not getting damage, but it's going to exile a bunch of a library, that's still taking a lot of tools away from someone. And that's important. That's an Entomb. What can we get with this Entomb? Any creature into our graveyard. Any card into our graveyard. Let's take a peek. Angel of Despair is something. Achroma is something. Angel of Serenity does nice things. Achroma Vision of Ixor isn't awful. Angel of Destiny is a card. Let's play the land, play Smothering Tithe, play Entomb. We'll get a Firja trigger. Come on, something big. I cut some of the tutors before the game just because, ooh, that's an Austere Command. Yeah, let's get Austere Command. That is the board wipe that we need. Probably want to get rid of the Skull Clamp, but we can't get rid of the Skull Clamp and all of the creatures. What do we want to put into our graveyard? Oh, you want what we could do? We could put Brazella. I think we could assemble Brazella. We may not win. That may not be the right plan to go. Put target creature. Let me read Bruno real quick. How does meld work? At the beginning of your end step, if you control both Gisela and... Yeah, I mean, I think we have to, right? Is there anything else that, like, really matters a lot? I don't think so. Let's do it. I'm sure there's probably something better we could get, but whatever. It is what it is. Destroy all creatures. We are indestructible because of Avacyn. This should work out nicely. Gonna use the War Room right here. And this is why you want to get that damage when you have it. The Ulamog stick. It's indestructible, but everything else about to go down. They didn't have great attacks with the Yorvo, but this thing you gotta send. Oh, Requiem Angel still gonna make a bunch of tokens. Yep. Pretty gross. Pretty gross. There are a lot of things I want to do right here. Wow, the life gain. The life gain. Go to combat. Everything into Nate. Sun Titan, get a land. What do we get? Yeah, plains should be fine. Let's get the Marsh Flats just to be safe. Use the ability. Oh man, I also really want the Liesa in play. I'm going to go for Liesa because that's the only way we're going to chew through his life. He goes down to 54 off of that. That's something. We gain 2. Let's get Firja. And we're going to have to pick up a token somewhere along the way, which we probably will because of the Skull Clamp. To be on... No, we're good. We have 3 mana left. Cool. Perfect. Pass like that. Smothering Tithe. Doesn't pay. Excellent. Start getting some mana. Ew, that's a Winds of Abandon. Yeah, that's Teferi's Protection. They will lose 2 life. That'll get rid of the Ulamog, like I said. Gotta attack with those when you have it. Beast Within on Forest? Looks like a punt. We're going to Teferi's Protect. That gets Firja out of play. It also turns off Smothering Tithe. Unfortunate, but we gotta dodge this Winds of Abandon. He did tap out a pretty good part of his turn doing that too, so something. It's something. So he gets a Pitiless Plunderer. He's still got 2 spirits left. It's up to 18 cards in hand. Wow, so much Skull Clamping. The problem is, like, if he has a combo, he's probably on it now. Wait, is that infinite? No, the Angel's gone, thankfully. That makes more things, so... Ooh. KO said, pour one out for Mr. Hootie, the owl. Soul's Attendant into play for opponent. We actually have a shot at him in the air next turn. We don't have 51. That's not a thing that we have. True Conviction could put us, like, close-ish, though. We have 24 damage. True Conviction would put us to 48. It'd be close, and then with Liesa in play, they wouldn't really be able to cast spells. This is all players. Your opponents can't cast spells with CMC 3 or less. Nate does like his efficient stuff, so we could turn that off, and that'll be something. Opt for opponent. You want to be interesting? If Magister of Worth came back, I feel like opponents would probably go for the Grace mode and reanimate all of their stuff. Our things are indestructible, so our things wouldn't get destroyed, but that'd be a lot of things that our opponents get back. That'd be kind of scary. Haven't had a lot of experience with Magister of Worth, but definitely had to run it just to feel it out. I got to cast it once in the other game, and it was used as a board wipe, and it was pretty helpful. Yorn coming back to play for opponent. One thing I'll mention is let's just talk about some of the things you get when you play Black White Angels you wouldn't get playing other colors. So you get Desolation Angel. Gotta run that one at least for a little while until you do it once or twice, and then people hate you for blowing up all the lands. Oh, that's probably how we win this game, actually. Because the thing that Nate can do is just keep valuing like there's no tomorrow. If we can Desolation Angel, that actually stops that. Liesa, very cool new Black White Angel. Magister of Worth, one that's been around for a little bit, and I personally don't get to run it very often, but pretty cool if you're into the Will of the Council type cards. Angel of Despair, pretty sweet. Firja in our command zone, and Firja's Retribution. Played it once in the other game, got to kill a creature with it, but it was a little awkward because of the bounce, and bounce will disrupt what you're trying to do pretty handily. Like at this point in the game, the Retribution will be a little bit slow. We really want that double strike like right now. KO's also got a Merit Lage's Slumber in play. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 10 or more snow permanents, sacrifice it, make a 20/20 black avatar creature token with flying and indestructible. Nice. I was hoping we were going to have the Smothering Tithe mana on our turn, but got a lot I want to do. I definitely want to activate this Vault of the Archangel and try to get the lifelink. Oh yeah, opponent making some tokens with this Iridescent Horn Beetle. It's going to pump Nate's life total up. He just keeps gaining life. Come on, Desolation Angel off the top. Brings it back to our turn. What do we draw? Stoneforge Mystic. That can get us boots and haste. That's not the worst thing ever. Commander's in play. That's good. Let's activate the War Room. Plains. Play the Plains. Play the Stoneforge Mystic. Liesa Trigger is going to get us. Soul's Attendant. Get Lightning Greaves. Play the Lightning Greaves. Firja is going to trigger. We're also going to lose 2 life. What do we mill? Ooh, Achromas, you say. Dual Achromas. Interesting. Think I'm going to take Vision of Ixidor for the pumping. We lose 2 life. Vision of Ixidor is going to be 5. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. For that, we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be close, but I think we can do everything we want to do. Crack the Marsh Flats. Let's get Scrubland. Cast Achroma. Yeah, I think we have exactly enough. Reanimate. Oh, no. We can't reanimate Bruna. You have to actually cast it to get the thing. That's unfortunate. Maybe we just reanimate Achroma then? Try to get more damage? It's got haste. It's going to have lifelink. It's going to get pumped up massively. Yeah, it's going to be huge. Yeah, let's do Achroma then. Sad. No Brazella. No Brazella. Reanimate. Oh, this is going to put us dangerously low on life. We're going to go to 2. Burning that life total, Liesa. Boots on new Achroma. Go to combat. Get an Achroma Vision of Ixidor trigger. I don't think it's enough, but should be decent. Send it all to Nate. Sun Titan, get a Plains. There's the Plains. Activate Vault of the Archangel. He's going to block with the Pitiless Plunderer. Haven't done the math here at all. He goes down to 13. Nice. So that does put a limit on the number of things he can do in a turn, which is fantastic. But I don't know if he just plays a board wipe. Hopefully he doesn't have any exile board wipes left. Also, we go back to 58. That's a lot of lifelink. I never get to use this card because I don't play a lot of black-white, but oh, when you do, it's so good. He's going to Skull Clamp the thing. Yep. Ew, that's an Anguish Stone making on our Avacyn. He's going for a Demonic Tutor. What can he have left? Deluge kills him. Hits a Wrath of God, and the game has crashed. Oh, yeah. So, this is not uncommon. Right after set releases, Magic Online tends to be really unstable. So, this is unfortunate. Accidentally killed the footage from earlier today, and now this game has ended in a crash. We were going to lose all of our stuff, but if we drew a creature, we could use the enchantment to discard that creature, get back Bruna, then use Bruna to reanimate something else, probably Gisela. And at the very least, we would have been able to take out Nate, because he would have been on super low life, even just recasting our commander. There would have been fine. As far as dealing with the other 2 players, they were still at high life, and I don't know, anything could happen at that point, so who knows, but... Anyway, I'm going to run this one back for Game 2, and I promise, Game 2 has an actual ending, so you should go check that out, and if you like this video, of course, feel free to comment, like, or subscribe, and as always, thank you for watching. I want to thank my awesome Patreon supporters. You guys are awesome. If you want to help support the channel and vote on which decks I play next, feel free to check out my Patreon at the link below.